Shalom, my name is Tzvi Sheinbrum. I am an attorney, an author in Israel, and today I want to talk about credit cards, but not from the legal aspects, but from the practical aspect of a credit card holder. First of all, fortunately for us, we have two types of credit cards. We have credit cards that they are issued by a bank, and we have כרטיסי אשראי חוץ מבנקאיים, which is they were issued not from the bank you work with, but from an external company. They look the same, they behave more or less the same, they are not the same. Okay, the line of credit you get from a card, which is a כרטיס חוץ בנקאי, outside the bank system, let's say American Express, you go privately to them, or a MasterCard, you go private to them, and you ask for a credit card, they will check your credit, how the bank looks at you as a good client, not a good client, and based on that they give you a line of credit. It's not the bank, it's the credit card. And then we have the debit card, which is, it's a great creation if you use this debit card correctly. The difference is that when you use a debit card in Israel, like in America, is the same as using an ATM. You go to the supermarket, you give your debit card. At the same time that you use it in the supermarket, the bank is taking the money out of your account, so you pay 100 shekels, you have now 100 shekels less in the bank. The supermarket you paid, the credit card company, you make a small fee, everyone is happy. It's not a problem. No credit card. Not like in America. You don't send a check every month to the credit card company. They have something that is very comfortable, very nice to everyone. Yes, it's called direct debit. You buy a chair for 500 shekels. You pay with credit card. The credit card will send the bill once a month, the date that you chose, the 1st, the 5th, the 10th, the 20th, whatever. You choose a date that this date will be used every month to have this debit from your bank account. So let's say you buy the chair on July 5th. So, and every 10th you are asked to pay your credit card bill. Well, no one asks you to send a check or asks you to pay. 5 days after, if the day of the debitation from your bank account is the 10th, 5 days, not a month, 5 days after that, the 500 shekels will appear in your bank account as a payment to the credit card. And that's it. If this is your only purchase, you pay only 500 shekels. That's fine. But no one buys one product once a month. We use credit cards every day, and because it's just a piece of plastic, we sometimes tend to use too much. Using too much, it's not too many times. It's using more than we earn, more than you can pay. What happens is that at some point you can just repay the bill, and you call the credit card company and say, listen guys, please, I want to pay only half of the bill. I want to divide the remaining 50% in 10 times. Fine. One detail, the interest could reach 20% and more. You're already paying for every 1,000 shekels, 200 shekels, and if the bill is 10,000 shekels, you're going to pay in the end an extra 2,000 shekels. So it's not that difficult if the monthly payment is only 500 shekels. But what happens is that you don't stop there. Next month, again, you're going to have an extra bill to pay. What happens is at some point you can't pay your bills anymore. You go to the bank and say, listen guys, I can't pay. That's when things are going easy. When things are getting ugly, You don't go to the bank. The bank just pick up the phone and say, listen, Moshe, come here. We're not paying the credit card bill this month. Now you get hysterical. But you know what, Moshe? We're nice guys. I have a solution for you. What's the solution? We give you a loan. Wow, thank you very much. Then you have a 10,000 unpaid bills to the credit card. The bank will pay this entire bill. Now, you don't have any debts with the credit card. You're free to spend again another 10,000. Suppose this is your limit of credit. But now you owe the money to the bank. And you think the bank will forget. The bank now is the one asking for 1,000 shekels every month to pay the loan. But then you spend again in credit card. This is spinning process ends when you cannot get a loan from the bank. The credit card was not paid. Everyone falls up in your head like a thunder. You owe money to the credit card, to the bank. You can't do it. And now you cannot take a loan. You cannot issue a check. You cannot withdraw money from the ATM. You cannot use the credit card because it has been blocked. What do? Well, depends on the size of the debt. You go for bankruptcy. But this, it's not an easy process. And as I've told you before, bankruptcy is a gift. The state of Israel is telling the bank that you have a debt with, let's say, 100,000 shekels. Listen, bank, forget about the money. You get just a small slice of the debt. And in the end, I will pardon this person. I will let him open a new page in life. The process is long. It's a 5 years process. And you're not going to be able to leave the country, have a ban. You will have a freeze in your bank account. You can't use credit cards. And even after you've been exempt, it's called iftel, you will still are considered a problematic person regarding credit, banks, and whatever. Your line of credit would be zero. You can't just have more credit in the bank because you just came from bankruptcy. You got an exempt. You are after the iftel. So what? Your name is marked as someone who was in bankruptcy. So watch out for all the niceties. All the companies that call you, credit card company, yeah, take more credit, divide 18 times, 100 times. In the end, the math is very simple. You cannot spend more than you earn. And if you keep spending more than you earn, you be in debt. And the strange thing is in math, the more deep is your hole, the biggest the debt you have, the biggest will be the interest. So even higher interest on the interest, and the bigger the numbers will be, you will lose control, and bankruptcy will be your only solution. Try to avoid, try not to get into debt. It's very easy to get into debt. It's very difficult and expensive to get out of debt. Remember that.